Thank you very much for coming today. And you've got your own YouTube channel. What's made you start that?
Uh, by the way, I started it because of people like you. It's called London's Craziest Gangster.
Yep.
I.e. me, Mr. Fish. And, well, I've always been looking for somewhere. It's quite funny, really. I've always been looking for somewhere I like helping people and giving advice, and everyone always said I should be a counsellor. So Crash, for me, I was going to start a charity to help, like, kids involved in knife crime and criminality, and it would also help kids, because what's happening now is kids are now being kept indoors, and because they're being kept indoors, what's happening now, they're not becoming streetwise, so the villains have won. So my charity, what I wanted to start was to help those. But what happened was, because I'm thick and soft my nuts, what happened was I didn't really know about the charity and how to get community. So I couldn't really get the outreach I wanted to the public. And then when Bobby Kasanga of Big Ego Media Productions interviewed me, I suddenly realised this is the best way I can reach people and help.
Big Media Productions?
Yeah, Bobby Kasanga.
All right, yeah, shout out to them.
Oh, thank you.
So I watched an interview. It said black, gay, armed robber, and you did a robbery dressed as a woman.
Yeah.
As an armed robbery dressed as a woman.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Well, I always liked Naomi Campbell, and right. Okay, let's go into the face. What happened was, Crash. My mate came to me and asked me if I could do a bit of work. Because in the old days, villains was a bit different, weren't they? Villains, everyone had a trade, and I was jack of all, master of none. But so he came at me and asked me if I would do a job in a town hall. And he said there's 200 grand in the bank, in the vault. So what happened was I said, okay, cool, no big deal, let's do it. And you got to remember, it's not really about money for me. Anyone can earn money. You can earn money doing a podcast. But Crash, it's always been about taking on the CSI of horrendous, beating the camera. And it was in the middle of 3 police stations. Yes, like this is like, let's get it on, you know what I mean? Let's do it. And so Crash, I've gone up there to have a look. And when I've gone up there to have a look, what I've had to do, I've had to go in a way that would make people turn away and laugh at me. Do you understand? So what I've done, I've worn a great big pink gangster hat, right? A gold chain, a skimpy pair of shorts. And as I'm bowling down the road, everyone looking at me going, exactly what I want to go, have a look at this. And I'm laughing, So I go in, and there's 2 reception, 2 security. Now, they're there all the time. And we were originally going to go in with 3 geezers. But the problem was, if they're there all the time, there's no way. All I had to do was get, like from the door to there, 20 yards, 30 yards. Yeah. But those security guards at reception, they're there every day. Yeah? They're going to know every single person that goes through that wages office. So I thought we couldn't do it like that. So I thought, okay, let me go and have a look at the setup. So I've gone in, and as I've gone in, the security have done exactly what I wanted. Just gone, oh, mate, have a look at this one. Turn around and laughing. And I'm thinking, well, let's see if you're laughing in 2 weeks' time. So anyway, Crash, how's your father? Yeah, I clocked all that CCTV and not everything. And then I've gone back. But when I've gone back, I've got this problem. 2 security, 2 receptions there every day. How the hell am I going to get through that 30 yard? And so, Crash, how's your father? I'm asking all the villains. I'm look, excuse me, mate, look, I've got this job. How am I going to get past them? I don't know, Fish. I'm asking everyone. No one's giving me any help and all that. So I'm going, right, this is no good. So, in them days, I was on the old cocaine. So I bought a gram, gone home, shut the curtains. And all my books I read are CIA, MI5, Winston Churchill, all like, Secret Service books and the likes. And Crash, so I'm looking all through it. MI5, no, they're not giving me CIA. I'm going, come on, someone help me. And all of a sudden, Crash, my mate had given me a book by Andy McNabb, who writes the SAS books. And I hadn't read it. And so I, just like you gave me your book, I won't be reading that either. No, I will. No, I will. You know what? He might give me the next clue I need on my next bit of work. So anyway, Crash How's Your Father? I've opened up on the first page. And guess what it said? Women of Valor. I'm like, women? You never see women in the SAS. You never see any programs, documentary, any of women in the SAS. So I went, bang. And it said, only where a man could not go with the right identification papers go, could a woman go. And the Germans wouldn't give a second glance. I said, gangster. Crash. We're going as women. So I rang the boys. I said, right, I've got it, we're going as women. And they thought I was mad. So did I. So anyway, I've got the silicone implants. I've got my mate's bird address silicone implants. I've got the and I never had high heels. The media said gunman trips over high heels and drops gun. I had Dolly Dimple shoes on, and I look stunning though. And so we've done the wiggle, made out. So now we went. I went. I mean, got past security. I told you I look like Naomi Campbell. And Crash How's Your Father? Got in. But it's quite funny, really, when you do bits of work, yeah? I'll be able to ignore this. When you do bits of work, what happens is, when you get nicked, it's not the crime you're getting the bird for. It's the words you say. So I had it all done. I'm sorry, I don't really want to do this. My house is getting repossessed and I'm really put in a situation where I have to do it. I'm so sorry. So when I've got in and I'm going in, a fella is coming out. So he goes, oh, who are you? So I go, oh, staff. Right. So he turned back in to look at the manager, to say to the manager, is he start to know him? To know her, sorry. I wasn't him before her. And Crash How's Your Father? The manager said no, so I've had to whip out the tool and drag him in. But I've heard the bird on the reception say I'm being raided. So I know now, Crash, the alarm's been raised. So I'm like, well, do we stay? Do we go? Do we stay? Do we go? I thought, all right, okay, now we're in. Let's do it. So now, I know there's 200 grand in the market, yeah? So I go to the manager, right, where's the money? Now, I had to laugh. He's come running at me. This is a scandal, mate. With £400 in pound coins. So obviously he thinks I'm just a nut coming in the building and ain't got a clue what's going on. So remember I told you the words are what get you the sentence. Well, I was going to say the house has been repossessed and all that, but now he's through the £400 coins. I've lost it, ain't I? Open the fucking vault before I blow his fucking nuts off. 99 years, IPP. That's an indeterminate public protection sentence for those of you who don't know. That's what I received for it.
99-year sentence, armed robbery, dressed as a woman.
I think it's hilarious. But so anyway, Crash How's Your Father? I get the dough. 194 grand. And I come out. But as I come out, there's like 300 people and all that, like in the reception, because where she said I'm being raided, they're now all outside, look, from the offices. I come down and look. So as I come out, hi! And I got out. And I look at my getaway driver on the bike. But he stood there freeze. And I'm like, straight away, I know something's wrong. So I told him to come after me so that we don't look like we're together. So Crash How's Your Father? I've looked at him and I'm like, I know something's wrong. So I said, don't approach him. And I look there to the right and there's two old Bill coming down there. And I look at this kid again. And the problem was, normally, you know, we work with our own team, our own crew. We bring people together. But this kid It was the first time I've worked with him, and I don't really like to work with married men because the thing is, if it goes wrong and you get a big bird, then you're losing your family, your kid. So if you're single and you ain't got that, then it doesn't hurt too much. You know what I'm saying? So first time I used him, and I just thought, you know what? If I pull out the yoga, which to be honest with you, we never hurt police. I mean, it's a game. It's called Cops and Robbers. The guns are just used for compliance. I mean, I know they cause mental harm and that, but it's only for. But we never shoot police. I mean, the police, that's their role. It's their job. And I think when I've said this before, and you haven't, when people do hurt police to try and escape and I think it's because they're disappointed that they never done their job properly. But I've seen so many people who have hurt police and they've ended up committing suicide, self-harming, can't handle it. Do you know what I mean? So people need to know. So anyway, I've looked at these up and I thought, you know what, if I put them on the floor, this kid, he's not going to 15 years. You know, they start hurling 15 years at him, 20, he's going to melt and grass all the others. Because we hadn't got a good plan, because what we had was, we had 2 black geezers to do it, and then we had 2 white geezers to do it. Because you see, the things have all changed now. In the old days, the game was simple. The game, you could just get 4 in a car, all bundle in, and off you go, smiling in the back with the loot. But now, because of CCTV and AMPR and everything, you have to use, when the police come in, and their BMW 5s and all the rest of it, and all the other things you can't see, when they come in now, they're looking for teams. So teams of 2s and 3s. That's what they're watching for as they come. So the best way to do it now, what we found, was we always just lay on the back seat, put carbon on there, so it always looked like you was one driver, and so that way you could get away and they wouldn't take no notice of you. So so we had that, and then I had a van to put the motorbike in, so that when the helicopter crash came up, the bike had disappeared. So we had it up, mate. It was done proper. Yeah. I always wanted to join the army. I thought I could have used my skills more wisely. And I did go to join once, but they said, have you got firearms on your record? I said, yeah. They went, oh, no, you can't join. I can't join. I thought that'd be fucking job experience. Oh, well, you learn something.
Life lessons, kids. Keep your day for jobs as well, folks. Channel your energy into the military, not armed bank robberies.
Oh, mate, I did try. But crash how's your father? So I've run towards him. I thought, right, no, it is. It's called damage limitation. Limitation. Yeah? You got to limit the damage. And so I thought, for me, if I do anything, my number one priority is to get the crew home. Crash how's your father? That is absolute, resolute. Got to get the crew home back to their families. And so damage limitation for me was, okay, at least if I run with a loot and can get away, if I get caught, it don't matter. I'm stunned. So I thought, right. So I've gone, bang, 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 got away, hit the gun, hit the money. So I'm waiting for him to maybe come along. He didn't come. So someone's pointing me out. So crash the 2 old bill comes up, push one outside. And I mean, this is a scandal. How much can you handle? This is a scandal. I've gone and run across the road and got hit by a black cab. I mean, they never stop for black people anyway in them days, but I mean, to get hit and still not stop is a effing scandal. I'm telling you. And so he didn't stop. So now I got up again and I run, and 5 Polish geezers or builders jumped me as they're all screaming. That's all right. I'm learning Polish now, so I can go and get them. But, so anyway, crash how's your farmer? I'm on the floor now. They've got all the guns out. I'm like, yeah, this is good, isn't it? So they ripped the dress off. So I've got the bra on, the silicone implants, and I crashed. And they're stabbing me, where's the gun? And so they found the gun and the money. So then I go to the hospital. They got all the MP5s. I'm handcuffed to the trolley. Yeah, they're in there, like, regiment of the year, 4 MP5 right around me. I'm like, looking like Sammy the Peanut, you know what I mean? Change his bed, bra on, I mean, suspenders. I'm like, oh, how's your father? So crash. I get in there, and we go to, people got to also realise with the game. I got nicked, so flying squad. What do you understand about flying squad? What you understand all about the whole system really is, I'm going to say rigged. It's kind of, Oh, they say wigged. We say wigged. It's kind of, you know, they got their courts. So, you know, if they really think you're naughty, then you go to Wimbledon or Kingston or Woodcote. They've got their courts where they, you know, talk to the judge. They're all in it together, yeah. So they took me to Hammersmith, and they asked me to if I would grass up my boys. This is the boys, and I said, look, mate, you got me. I've handed you over. I said, I've held my hands up. You've got the you got everything you need. I said, I can't give my boys. I said, giving you my boys would be like giving the English to the Germans. You know what I mean? And Crash, he said to me, you know what, Fish, you're going to do a long time. And I said to him, you know what, mate, no disrespect to you. I would rather do 15 years in hell and come up with my head held high than 5 years in paradise and never be able to look at my boys or friends again.
Exactly.
And I'll tell you now, it was quite funny with the flying squad. I'll tell you, this is quite funny. This is serious, mate. Crash, how's your fun? Bang on deadly. He shook my hand, flying squad, and went, you know what, Fish, you're a man of valour. And I was like that. Received an award for 30 years dedicated to crime. But I know, you know, and I mean, for flying squad to say that to me, and being in the game, that was massive. That to me, we'd passed a good hurdle. I've been nicked with guns before, and they knew I was never. I wouldn't hurt old Bill. I mean, Chris, they knew what I was about. They, if you were dirt and filth and scum, you know what I mean? What is it I always say? I took on the bad guys, respected the good guys, stayed with the wise guys, and stayed away from the fool guys. So they knew what I was about. So Crash, how's your father? They were sweet with me.